Iron Maiden, excellent!
We're here, Metal Minutia Podcast, with a bonus broadcast, an emergency broadcast, if you will.
Yeah, emergency broadcast, for sure.
Because Iron Maiden are in Australia.
Iron Maiden, excellent! How many times do you reckon I can say that in the next 10 minutes?
A lot.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a big deal when Iron Maiden come to town.
For sure.
And I think this is, potentially the last time we might see them in Australia.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be another, but they are of an age closer to the end than they are the start, as people would say. But yeah, it's just an exciting time. It brings out everyone, and I think it's kind of, I guess Judas Priest still are doing things, but really like getting to that period where Sabbath are no more, and if it is the kind of last. Well, actually, I don't know if Judas Priest would come back to Australia. It's
possible, but I think your point absolutely remains about these classic Titanic bands. Jeez, I use that word a lot. These classic bands really getting to a point where it's
I mean, in a way, it's sad, but also we get to at this point celebrate the amazing career of Iron Maiden.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It is sad, but we also lived in the era of Iron Maiden, I think in 40, 50 years, people will be like, wow, I didn't even live in the era of Iron Maiden, the way that you and I might look on,
Yeah, it's like there'll be people there today seeing them for the first time. And, we've been fortunate enough to see them on multiple tours and those kinds of things. And and just a extremely good band.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the greats without a doubt. And you can say what you will about certain eras and certain albums, but what a journey. And I'm so pumped. And I think something you touched on just then about not only this potentially the last time, but just at this particular time, because there was the cancellation a few years ago because of the COVID, the COVID wars, and so that makes it 8 years since they've been here, and which is a long time. If you're a big fan, that's a long time for wait for a band that kind of should be here every 2 years, really.
I wouldn't complain.
If you wouldn't complain, yeah. So,
but because I think Nicko, I think is 70 or 71. So if it was,
gee whiz,
if it was another 6 years, even that's getting to a point where I don't think a 76-year-old, 77-year-old can play.
Man, of all the 76-year-olds I know, which is all the 76-year-olds I know, of the 10 heavy metal 76-year-old drummers that I know, I think only 3 to 4 of them are. I'm talking rubbish, but I'd absolutely take your point. The other thing about Iron Maiden, especially, is probably a bit more so than like Judas Priest or Black Sabbath, from my experience anyways. Iron Maiden really does bring people together. It sounds quite cliche, but they're one of the few bands where it's like, Corner Hotel, I'm not sure the equivalent in Sydney, but like people will be there. People will be there right now. It's like there'll be a crowd of Iron Maiden fans, and everyone will just be looking at each other smiling. Like there won't be, we'll just be like, whoa, Iron Maiden. There'll be barely conversations had, but just the vibe is in the room. It's like, man, like, whoa, Maiden's in town.
Absolutely.
It's really an atmosphere.
Yep, 100%. Have you got I'm not going to make you say a favourite, but any particular Iron Maiden highlights you've got?
I can tell you that I first saw Iron Maiden in 2008 when they came here for the Somewhere Back in Time tour, and faithful listeners will remember my anecdote about this a few episodes ago about just being absolutely gobsmacked at the set list. It was a recreation of the 1985 World Slavery Tour set list, and I was just I was 20 years old. It was just one of the most exciting concert experiences ever. And it was just, the set list was just insane. The performance was incredible. And the electricity in the air from the fans and the band. It was just, I was fortunate enough to see them three dates on that tour. And one of my favorite concert experiences. And I won't name songs because I'll just get lost in a rabbit hole, but like it was just amazing. Yeah.
Do you remember the first Iron Maiden song you heard?
Oh man, that's a great question. Wow. I actually think it might be Fear of the Dark title track. It might be because I remember that particularly as a Rage video.
Oh,
it was
okay.
the Live at Donington video.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Might not be the actual first one, but it was certainly the first time it was the Iron Maiden experience. I remember thinking like, this band Iron Maiden, maybe there's something I need to know about this.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a heavy metal awakening of a sorts, you know. I was 12 or 30, whatever it was. I was thinking like, whoa, this is what those guys are talking about.
Yeah.
So, I think it might have been Fear of the Dark. I had to guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it would be for me. But I do remember, I certainly had Rock in Rio already at this point, but I remember hearing Flight of the Icarus for the first time.
Yeah.
And just that flicked a switch in my head. That was like the build up in the sort of the pre-chorus and, you know, the dramatic storytelling nature of the song. The bass tone, you know, it's sort of driving. I remember just hearing that. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Whoa, I feel like I'm there with you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah. And man, that song's only like 3 minutes long, and it's so dramatic and powerful.
Yeah,
and it all gets done in that. You know,
absolutely.
What a classic.
Yeah. I've got one piece of minutia related to Iron Maiden that I want to share.
Excellent.
I've been holding on to it for a while.
Excellent.
It's one of those facts that, like, it's quite an annoying fact because once you know it, then like I couldn't help but like tell people for a while, but it's one of those things that you can't tell people without sounding like an absolute arsehole.
Well, what better place to do it than on the air for all posterity?
Yeah. So
talk to me.
You know, there's a radio edit version of The Wicker Man.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of this.
Okay. Basically the same song.
Okay. Yeah.
Apart from there is a call and response vocal in the chorus.
Right.
So it's like, your time will come.
Yeah.
And then it's like, don't fear, don't run, or something like that. It's like it's a back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it elevates the song to another level.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why they wouldn't have had it in the
radio edit.
Well, it's in the radio edit, but not the...
Oh, right. Other way around.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. I'll play it for you later. But it is like, it makes it like it's already a cool song, but it just like lifts it to another level. And then once you know about it, the other one
you can't unknow it.
Yeah. So apologies to everyone that now knows about this.
Yeah. Bummer for you. And we'll go find and sort it out. That's bizarre.
Yeah. And it's like it's like it's on YouTube, the radio edit version, and it's But yeah, that's the only place I've seen it. I actually don't even know how I became aware of it. But then I couldn't help but tell people about it, and you know,
it's ruining lives.
Yeah, yeah, and also,
man,
did you? Anytime you're starting a thing with, did you know?
Yeah,
it's like, even if I did,
I think you're a bit harsh on yourself before when you said, like downright arsehole, I think was your words. Like, nah, you're probably just a mild nuisance, I think.
A wanker
at worst.
Yeah.
At worst.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so we're gonna go to Iron Maiden now.
We're going to Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Excellent!
Yep, it's, they'll be on stage in 3 hours or so.
Woo!
And I'm pretty pumped.
We got a special surprise actually for you, Ray. I'm going to be crossing live to the gig.
We're going to cross live?
We're going to cross live to Ray and Phil, who are actually at the gig now.
Oh, right.
Yeah, are you there, Ray?
Yeah, Phil. Yep, can you hear? No, yeah. So we just finished up with Iron Maiden?
Yeah, man.
You have a good night?
I had a fantastic show. Yeah, I had a great time.
You knew the set beforehand,
I did know the set.
I'm going to start with what I was incredibly surprised by.
Go ahead.
I didn't anticipate Alexander the Great would get played. Because, it was just like, I saw the backdrop change.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's going to be Alexander.
Yeah.
And like, it took me a while to... Because that's a weird song to play. Like,
totally.
The only weirdest song would have been The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I played that?
Just
any like marathon game.
Yeah, that would have been killer. But I'm going to have to top you there. Would have been weirder if they played Deja Vu, because that's one of my favourite. That's one of my favourite lyrics about not knowing if you've been somewhere before, and he explains it in several different. This is going off topic. You carry on.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't.
Yeah.
And he reiterates that.
Yeah, very clearly. Man, that was killer though, right? Alexander the Great. Man, when the end of it, when Bruce was just held that note, he died of fever in Babylon, and it just went forever.
It went for a long time.
Oh man, that's Bruce. Oh, so pumped.
Yeah. And Prisoner was the other big surprise for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's it's a well-known song, but just not if you're going to pick one off Number of Beasts to Play, that wouldn't have been what I thought.
Probably not the one I would.
But I was happy to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Awesome. What was your highlights?
Definitely Alexander the Great. I was so pumped to hear that song.
Yep.
That's like kind of a bit of a lifelong-ish kind of dream to hear that song. Like, man, I was absolutely stoked. That was probably what brought me here tonight to know for sure that like I was going to see Maiden, but I was a little bit on the fence because absolutely thrilled to hear that song. And
I like that it's just a list of facts.
Yeah. Here's a bit.
Yeah. In chronological order.
Here's a thing that happened. Also, fun fact: the seat row where I was seated tonight was 323 to it was the exact dates, the lifespan of Alexander the Great. 323. Ish, it wasn't.
334.
Yeah. 323 years of
Alright.
This is all usable.
No, of course. It's all usable.
Highlights for you? Other highlights?
Wasted Years at the end. Great. Even like the start with Somewhere in Time.
Yeah.
When it started playing and they weren't playing it, but it was just, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, maybe they're not even going to play it. It would be weird to just have the whole, but then it kicked in.
Yeah, for sure. It was. Man, these guys are dead set legends. You can like, I know people are going to have different experiences tonight because it was a pretty odd set list.
It was
and
odd.
if it's the only time you've seen Iron Maiden, you might be disappointed. If it's the 10th time you've seen Iron Maiden, you're going to be
Stoked.
fine. Right? You're going to be stoked. Yeah. So there's a bit. I know there's going to be a bit of strange reactions in between, but just from a general perspective, just these guys are dead set legends.
Yeah.
Just seeing Adrian Smith on stage playing those guitar solos, and Dave Murray walks up and just joins him in tandem. It was just, I was thrilled, man.
Good to see Yannick's flexibility still up there.
Man, how's that?
Yeah, I can't get my leg up. Yeah, he's just, I'm not even going to try.
How's that? 45, 90, never mind. Whatever degree angles.
Yeah. What would you say as, it might be the last time we see Maiden.
Yeah.
Or perhaps, like, did you take anything from the Nicko lingering on stage at the end? Maybe it's the last time we see Maiden with Nicko.
Yeah, that was my meaning I took from that. Yeah. I certainly gave a hearty cheer, and I think there was something in the crowd as well, from him lingering as well. Yeah, because I don't know, we might be reading into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was filled with joy and what do you call it? When you're grateful for something. Gratefulness. Yeah, joy and appreciation. Yeah, I was just like, cheers, man. Yeah, cheers. You know, that was killer.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the meaning I take from that. I don't know, but like, how long can Bruce sing like for? You know?
Yeah, but he is about 6 years younger than Nicko.
Okay.
So there's, it's significant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all around good time. And
Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Metal Minutia live at
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah.